Hi and welcome back. Not much really happened this week. We, had the Super Bowl. You know how everything happens in threes. Lots of threes happening on that in that game. We had the Chiefs winning by 3 within 3 seconds of overtime. The numbers, if you add them up on the guy who caught and made the final play, his jersey is with 1-2, so add those up, that's a 3. I do believe it's the 3rd time that the quarterback won the Super Bowl in a row. Lots of 3s going on. So, anybody got lottery tickets? Hit me up. I hope your Valentine's Day was a good one. We really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I've always believed it was a holiday created by Hallmark to grab money from people. And I still believe that. Why have only one day out of the year to celebrate, roses, chocolates, dinner, and stuff like that, whenever you have 364 other days as well? Doesn't make sense to me. Never did make sense to me. If you're going to love somebody, love them every day. Please. So today we're going to go ahead and do a recipe. I'm going to do some oxtails that I grabbed from the butcher, and some green beans with roasted garbanzo beans with sweet potato. A lot of this stuff I'm using canned because we're going to reduce our stores to be able to fit other things, because it is almost the start of gardening season. Despite the fact that it is now 30 degrees outside and the wind is very, very windy, we get up into the 60s and 70s pretty often here, so I do have some things starting to grow in the garden. So let's get started. Okay, so we want to take our oxtails, get it out of the package, and then we're going to go ahead and put some almond flour on this and start seasoning things up. You kind of want to rinse the blood off of the meat and let dry a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get some regular almond meal here. You can use pork rinds, flour, cornmeal, anything that you wish. And in here, we're going to add about a half a teaspoon of cumin. About a teaspoon of onion powder. And about a teaspoon of garlic powder. You kind of want to stir that up a little bit. Get it all even. And a little bit of salt. I'm adding about maybe a teaspoon. Get all out of the clumps out. And here I have a cast iron Dutch oven. I am going to go ahead and put some oil in. A good amount. You want to coat the bottom. And you want to get this nice and warm, to where whenever we start putting the meat in here, we can go ahead and sear both sides of each and every single one of those oxtail pieces. All right, so we want to go ahead and coat everything. This is going to take a hot minute because that's a lot of meat that we're going to go ahead and do all at once. It's a little bit loud. It's still frying itself. But once you get it nice and brown, okay, we're going to go ahead and add 1 pint of tomato sauce. One onion and 2 bell peppers. I have a yellow and a red here. And try to stir it in as much as you can. Then we're going to add some herbs. To this, 1 tablespoon of oregano. Now I know we have a little bit of cumin in the breading, but that is pretty much fried out. We're going to go ahead and add a ½ teaspoon of extra cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. Trust the process. Then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of what is called the Lindy pepper, or the long pepper. They look like little mini pine cones. They're about that long. I've grounded up mine, but it is such a unique flavor. It's not pepper. It's not black pepper. It's woodsy. And earthy. There's nothing else to describe it. It's very unique. Okay, and garlic. So your ancestors tell you to stop. Mine never do. I'm not adding black pepper to this because we have the other pepper in there. And then a teaspoon of salt. You can adjust these to your taste after everything's cooked so you can taste it. You kind of want to mix everything in. If it's a little bit too dry, add a little bit of beef stock, or a little bit of water with some beef bouillon in it. But we do want this to stew for about 45 minutes, stirring constantly. About every 15 minutes or so, go ahead and stir. And you want this on a fairly low setting. I'm doing medium low. Now, while we are waiting on this to cook thoroughly, we're going to go ahead and parboil I was going to do green beans, and I just took a look in my refrigerator and I went, let's do some sugar snap peas instead. Same process though. If you have fresh green beans, Go ahead and prepare them like you would. And then you want to parboil them. You want to boil them about halfway to where they're almost done. And then drain them out, let them cool, put them on a sheet. And we're going to go ahead and also drain and rinse out our garbanzo beans. So we can go ahead and add that to the tray. Okay, now that these are halfway boiled, let's go ahead and drain these. I've already done the chickpeas. And we're going to go ahead and put them on a tray. Spread them out all nice and even. We want this on a low broil. Olive oil, salt. That is all we're going to need. Drizzle that on there. You can do this in the air fryer if you're only doing a little bit. I'm doing a whole tray. So it's a little bit easier for me to do it like this. Don't forget your nice crunchy salt. This goes in the oven with the low broil setting. Now, it can take about 10, maybe 15 minutes for this to be done. So, but keep an eye on it because every oven is different. And with the yams, regular yams. Nothing special. Just regular sweet potatoes. Now open these up. Heat them up. Add a little bit of butter. And we're good to go here. And they're going to be mashed. A little bit crispy. I can definitely go ahead and put those on a plate. More. We have the sweet potatoes. And here we go with the oxtail. Well, I hope you enjoyed. This recipe kind of made up myself. We do have some things that need to be eaten out of the pantry we do have things that are going to need to be eaten out of the pantry just because of either age or we need more room because of, it's garden season or getting there. People are starting their seeds indoors now. I'm starting peppers, and I have all the leafy winter, spring vegetables out there right now, like peas, carrots, beets. Hopefully this year we'll actually have some sort of garden. There's really not much going on right now. We're kind of in the middle of hunting season's over. Canning season's about ready to start. It's fermenting season right now. I've already got sauerkraut that it's almost done. But I'm going to be needing to make more because 2 heads is not going to be enough for us. I've got vinegars that I just finished up this weekend that have been fermenting and taking care of all year. I've got apple cider vinegar, raisin vinegar, and I made some grape vinegar that I made into balsamic vinegar for salad dressings. I feel like I've already shown enough fermenting videos that we're going to forego those for this year. But I do really need to make more soy sauce. Think one of my next videos, I'm going to go ahead and actually start that process. So making my soy sauce, it takes a year. It's a year's ferment, and I do it in a gallon jar. It takes forever, but it is so good. It's better than store-bought. And hopefully, if you want to, you can go ahead and see the process that I have for this. I think 2 years ago, I made soy sauce, and then last year, I went ahead and pressed it so you can see what the ferment was. This year, I need to make more for the next year because I made 2 years worth of soy sauce last year and the year before. So that's going to be a thing maybe this year. I may film it, I may not, but I do want to go ahead and at least attempt the process again. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.